Hey, okay. Zero Dawn. Horizon. That's the game, kind of. I said it in the wrong order, but it's fine. Okay, last time we traveled... I can't show the world map again. We traveled all the way to Sunfall, which is the Shadow Karja capital. It turned out like that was a lot less infiltrating than I expected in that place, which is fine. Alright then. I mean, it's still a brutal place, and we're probably going to be in a heck of a lot of trouble in a moment because we gave away our position opening up this vault, but... we made it here. This is Project Zero Dawn, the facility. Last time was a bit of a tease, the place we went the last time. I still can't show the world map. You know, the robot command didn't really give us anything great to work on, so this time I'm expecting some capital A answers.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Yeah.
I'm really so surprised.
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures.
Yeah.
Attempting repair.
You could describe it like that.
What was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
I will do that. There's a couple of things to scan at least. Let's see what this thing says. Another incident. Okay. From lounge staff to admin. Another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff, who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives, to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at express reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Candidates? The doctor wasn't... like, a director of the project? Weird. He was a candidate. Okay. Also, I wonder, like, how late in the Great Pharaoh robot apocalypse that was, because, you know, Europe was getting kind of destroyed, so I have to wonder if there were any Polish fluent people around too many. I guess, you know, of course, they look around for Americans who speak Polish first and foremost, and there's quite a Polish community in America, so I guess they could have done it. Depends, again, on what time this was in the timeline. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators, the Langbots are not sufficient, and mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. Okay, so they were bringing in doctors by the sound of it for this project, and it was super secret, I guess? Curious. Well, that's about all we got from the reception room, so let's carry on.
Wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, this is a waiting room, although I guess in Aloy's time they don't do much waiting, so... I see that. What do we have here? Soundproofing. Hey, would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Okay. So something awful was happening? Or like something unpleasant at least. Of course, we knew that Zero Dawn wasn't smooth sailing given Ted Farrow's reaction to it, but we never did really work out what it was. I was expecting that he was just a greedy businessman, and he didn't want his profit margins to be diminished, but someone else is also not having a good time in this place. Restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of the organic cucumber, mint, or blackberry sage varietals, I am going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? Okay, pretty good gags. Steep demand is pretty good. Gotta hand it to them for that, at least. Okay, so I'm assuming it's because, you know, end of the world is happening, so supplies aren't great, so reception is, you know, reception is having to eat the bulk of, like...
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
That's VR1 is viewing room 1. Oh shit, I assume if the doctors were arriving here without knowledge of what was going on, I assume this is gonna reveal to us what was what. Here we go.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact.
Yes.
Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable.
Okay, I can see how this would make someone cry.
The robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station.
That's a good point, too.
Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat.
Oh, that's creepy.
This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after.
Oh!
But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Yeah, that's pretty miserable. I don't feel so good. I see. Okay.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Yikes. Yeah, I feel super bad now. Like, I've been feeling pretty bad a lot of times in this game, you know. Whenever, like, you know, the revelations about the past have happened, but that was extra bad. I could go for that herbal tea right about now. That'd be really nice, guys. Jesus. Okay, we gotta carry on. So Project Zero Dawn was not to stop the robots. The only thing I can guess at this point that it was somehow like, you know, it was like a seed bank or something of like DNA and stuff to basically restart everything once the Pharaoh robots had been shut down for a sufficiently long time.
They got in through the vents.
Oh no.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Oh god, oh god, oh god. I was all like ready to have a nice little story hour, but now we're back in action. Of course, sweet. No, that was the vibe. Oh, that's awkward. God damn it, what the hell even happened there just now? Okay, this guy's pretty sturdy. And I can't do a strike from above because he's already spotted me. Oh, this guy's got like a fiery thing.
Grant me victory!
No more? Well then... Okay, can you hit humans with this? You can, but it only really does damage. Weird. This guy with his Explodo machine. Why am I having such a terrible time? Oh! Yes, you are done. Oh, well, not quite, but let me help you with that.
We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
That's not nice, tribal primitives. You don't know any better. I mean, they're doing the best they can. They are dicks, though. They are Shadow Karja, but come on now, that's kind of a low blow. Yeah, okay, so there's lots of data points here. There was one up here that I'm going to have a look at. Yeah, gosh darn, like, I don't know what happened there again. Tried to, like, drop down here so I could start, like, you know, Batmaning it up from the rafters, and of course I just had to bumble about, idiot that I am. Alright, so, there's a document hidden up here in the rafters. Let's take a look at this. Interview Dr. Xu Wei. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Sounds like this is some kind of human preservation project. They wanted the brightest minds of various disciplines for some kind of preservation. Which is interesting. Suzanne Albert.
Suzanne Albert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor.
Ooh.
I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Creepy.
Your involvement in...
Oops, sorry, just doing this real quick. Shouldn't have interrupted that. I thought I could do that while putzing about.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us.
Yeah.
Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Huh, okay. Let's keep going on about it. Counselor Guidelines 1. The bad news. What's this? Oh, that's the thing we just heard about General Harris. Okay. Good. Or, well, bad. Counselor Guidelines. Candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all the other options for combating the Pharaoh Plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly, but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the Swarm, Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter a candidate's objections in depth. Andrew Ryan laughs at this concept, and then dies horribly in his insane underwater kingdom, so, yeah. I guess they got me there. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Yeah. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to Presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Okay, what are these? The 2 interviews we listened to? Okay. There were a bunch of things to read over here, so we'll take a look at that as well before we carry on. Also, a lot of places to sneak about. I was in those vents for a while listening. What is this one? Interview Tom Page.
Is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people. All organic matter.
Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
It's pretty shitty.
Word. Yes.
Yeah.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor. Please.
Tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
Oh.
Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Sounds like they had to pull out the stun guns for Page there. Travis Tate?
Want to discuss? Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Huh?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations.
Ah, there we go.
Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me.
Hey, what?
I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed.
I'm sick of this guy. That's the counselor there. That's really funny. What was this guy's job? He was a professional criminal? I guess that's a useful skill set for preservation. Brad Andak.
You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since
yeah, I see.
I'd like to take a moment.
Yeah, I get it.
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Tech could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Shit. Oh, man. This is such a downer part of the game, but I get it. That's what we gotta do, is get through this misery parade right now. Is there more things? There's a couple more to scan over there, I think. So let's go take a look before we walk through this door. End it all. Is this what is this? Is it a coffee machine from the future? I don't know what that is. Oh well, we'll let that be. Okay, I think I've been here already, so just didn't go to this end of the room. This is Captain Okilo.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes,
yeah,
and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it.
One way to put it.
Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Of course, they dramatically do not reveal what is left yet. By the way, these must have been for like sneaking around if we wanted to stealth around those shadow cars, just fight them that way. I don't see what the purpose of these Geiger-esque vents are otherwise, but I just kind of beat them in a fight, so that's how it goes. Finally, Ron Felder.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow, and you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Oof, okay. I see. That's an interesting coping mechanism, but yes, I believe we can agree that never was the plan to get off the rock. Too bad. Would have been a solution. Real.
Data intact.
Oh, another.
Initiating playback.
Another.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Recording.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere.
Aha!
An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia.
I was about to suggest that would be a pretty good name for an AI like that.
Of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system
there at the bottom.
It can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the greening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stocks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes.
Right,
it's not
okay.
An impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Damn, okay.
The whole Earth.
The good news. In a word, I guess.
Remade?
Also,
By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us.
I'm Elizabeth Sobeck, wow.
Why Hades, then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh?
That's the big mystery.
Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
Another really good question I was thinking.
Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Yeah, another really good question. Like, we should, like, not be cave people if everything worked according to plan. But something went wrong, yeah. Also, how ironic that, of course, the one they name Hades somehow becomes a bad guy. Although, of course, maybe they didn't, maybe they're smart enough to, like, not think that, like, maybe we shouldn't name this Hades, because, you know, Hades in the classical Greek myths isn't, like, you know, really a bad guy. First of all, everyone's kind of a dick in Greek mythology, so it's hard to, like, say who's a bad guy, but also Hades was, you know, caretaker of the underworld, and people die, so they go to Hades. You know, it was just a job, you know, it was something that he took care of. Like, it wasn't like, ooh, he's so evil, he wants people to die. No, he just took care of the dead, you know, in his kingdom. So, It's not particularly bad. I'll be fully honest, I do not mind, like, stories where Hades is an obvious villain, but I do always feel like I need to call that out, at least. Be like, yeah, I know it's easy to make the dead guy the bad guy, but, you know, classical Hades is not really a bad guy. This Hades is very much a bad guy. I wonder what's going on there.